So you see a book title like Pink Floyd and Philosophy, and you gotta wonder, right? I mean, psychedelic rock and, ancient Greek thinkers, they seem like they're from completely different planets. But what if they're not? What if that connection is actually way deeper than it looks? Well, that's exactly what we're gonna get into.
I mean, just take this one line from their song Time. It's so poetic, kind of sad, but man, it just hits you with this massive truth, you know? The idea that we're just fleeting while the universe just keeps on ticking. It's that classic Pink Floyd gut punch for sure.
And that's the big question, isn't it? Like, is that just a really pretty line in a song? Or is it something more? Is it philosophy? A real statement about time and who we are? That's the tightrope this whole idea walks.
All right, so to really get why a book like this even exists, we're going to do something fun. We're going to treat the title itself like a little puzzle. We'll pull it apart, look at each piece, and then see how they all snap back together. I promise the picture it makes is pretty cool.
Okay, first piece of the puzzle, the band. Why Pink Floyd? Seriously, out of all the bands in history, why them? What is it about them that earns them this title, the Philosopher's Rock Band?
Well, just look at the stuff they sang about. This was not your typical baby rock and roll. Nope. These guys were wrestling with the heavy stuff, the big, kind of uncomfortable questions, right? Like, why are we even here? What's the difference between sane and insane? Is the modern world just breaking us? I mean, come on, these are the exact questions that philosophers have been chewing on for thousands of years.
All right, so that's the Pink Floyd side. Let's grab the second piece of our puzzle, philosophy. Now, what do we actually mean by that? Because let's be honest, you hear that word and you probably picture old guys with beards and togas or dusty, boring books. But that's not what we're talking about here. Not at all.
See, in this context, philosophy isn't really a thing. It's something you do. It's an action. It's the practice of finding those really basic ideas, the things you just assume are true without even thinking about it, and then sticking them under a microscope. It's really just the art of asking why about all the stuff everybody else just accepts.
And boom, that's where the two connect. Think of it like this. Pink Floyd uses music, these incredible soundscapes and metaphors, to make you feel the bigness of these questions. Philosophy, on the other hand, uses logic and reason to try and think its way through them. So you've got two totally different toolkits, right? But they're both aiming for the exact same thing, to shake up how we see the world. So, we've got the band asking the questions, and we've got the practice of thinking about the questions. But what's the glue that holds them together? The final official connection? Well, it's cleverly hidden in the book's subtitle. This is the part where it all really clicks.
Careful with that Axiom, Eugene. Now, it's a super clever little nod to a Pink Floyd song, but forget Eugene for a second. The most important word on this entire screen is axiom. If you understand what that word means, you understand the entire point of this book. So, what exactly is an axiom?
Okay, simply put, an axiom is one of those deep-down foundational beliefs. It's a rule that's so obvious to you, you don't even realize it's a rule. You know, things like, if you work hard, you'll succeed. Or, time always moves forward. We just accept them as, well, obviously true. They're the invisible rules that build our reality.
And here it is. This is the big aha moment. Being careful with an axiom is philosophy in a nutshell. It's this exact three-step dance. First, you spot one of those core beliefs. Second, you start poking at it, asking if it's really so solid. And third, you let yourself imagine a world where it isn't true at all. And that is exactly what Pink Floyd's music pushes us to do. It gives us the soundtrack for questioning the biggest axioms in our lives, about our minds, our world, and even time itself.
Okay, so that's the how, but what about the why? Why should we even care that you can connect a legendary rock band with philosophy? What's the big takeaway here?
Because it completely changes how you experience something you love. When you start thinking like this, you're not just passively listening to music anymore. It becomes this active journey. You're not just hearing the notes, you're basically having a conversation with the band about the deepest parts of being human. It can add this incredible new layer to songs you thought you knew inside and out.
And that really brings us to the final, most important point. This whole idea of being careful with an axiom, it's not just about getting more out of Pink Floyd. It's a tool for understanding yourself. So I'll leave you with this question. As you go about your week, what's one of those axioms in your own world? One of those fundamental truths you never, ever question? And what do you think would happen if you were just a little more careful with it?